Hey everybody, once again, love and light. Hope you're all having a great night. But this is take two from my previous video. So as I left off from, the bartender came up and I got another round of 1919. And at this point, I had a couple of cans sitting there. I wasn't gonna bother the barkeep, and hey, it is what it is, right? So so me and the barkeep, we get talking because the place isn't real busy and it's pretty early in the night and so forth, and um, really pretty gal, by the way, right? For whatever reason, bartenders tend to be pretty cute women. I don't know what it is, but anyways, but um, she asked me what I had to do in order, or what this weird situation was about, and I'm just like, well, hang on a second. I took a big old drink of my 1919, like I downed like half the can, and because I wanted to give her the three cans, and I'm like, so I had to demonstrate to a couple of people that were users, abusers, people that were not um, of the same caliber, if you will. And she's like, okay. So she put her arm on the bar, and she went exactly like this. And she's like, I'm all ears. What's up? So apparently she was bored, and obviously since there wasn't many people, there wasn't much to do. And so I'm like, well, I had to introduce them to the three blind mice. and and she chopped up and she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, apparently you've never heard of it too. Gotcha. Okay. So, the three blind mice, real simple. A person's ego, pride, and arrogance. And she looked right at me and she's like, holy crap. I'm like, yep. She's like, so was that an end all be all? And I'm like, absolutely for the first one, but then for the second person, I kind of had to uh, exercise my stage left situation. She's like, well, how'd that go? I'm like, well, uh, if it wasn't for me closing the door, I probably would have got slapped. So we went on talking. We went on having a conversation, right? We went on to. She was a really fun person to talk to, and it was just me and her in the bar, right? We're just sitting there having. I'm drinking can of 1919, and she's drinking whatever she's drinking, and so she's like, "So where did you learn this little thing from?" And I'm like, oh, "A very wise old friend, a very wise old friend that I would go to for just about anything, man. Like, in the stuff that he would give me in terms of to help me understand things and to help me cope with the things that I was going through, and just help give me a perspective that it was like a golf ball moment for me, right? As soon as he would say something, right? But um, and we talked like that for a couple of hours. It was just a great time. She was one of those people you would figure the barkeep would be one of those kind of people, but she wasn't. She was actually a very sweet person. She really was. So I had to demonstrate the three blind mice situation to three different people. The one was an absolute success. The second one was about 30%, and the third was just to help her understand. So I guess what am I saying? You don't have to allow everybody in your space, ladies and gentlemen. You can ask somebody to leave and still be classy about it. If in my situations, you have somebody that looks like she's a streetwalker, if you will, you can choose to make the choice. Do you engage with that, or do you exit stage left from it? Now, I'm a single guy, and I love women too, just as much as anybody else. But I'm not just gonna let any and every woman into my life, right? Because obviously, if this woman is gonna dress like this, just right, like I mean, yeah, I mean, so it was kind of revolting. You have to make a choice in life, right? And not everybody is deserving of your space and your time. Sure, be respectful, give them time, right? Give them, but once they demonstrate that they are unworthy, if you will, of continued time and space and energy, kindly exit stage left. And I've seen that this little thing, the three blind mice, it works every time. Because people get so confused, they just don't know what to do because they've never heard of it. Never heard of it. In our lives, we're gonna run into a lot of people, right? I certainly know I have in my life. I wow. Okay, all walks of life, all forms, races, creeds, religions, whatever, right? And I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy learning things. I enjoy running into people. I enjoy having conversation, whatever, right? And I don't care where I'm at, man. I love having conversation. But then once I see that the direction of the conversation is probably going in a direction that may not be in my highest good, I will probably do myself a favor and exit stage left. Not to be insulting, not to be discriminatory, not to be not to prove that I'm an asshole or anything like that, which of course they're probably going to think that anyways, just because I excluded myself from the situation. But at the same time, I have to protect my energy. I have to protect my space. Right? I have that self-love. Right. Just because you're a beautiful woman or whatever does not mean that I have to indulge on you and your behavior. Right? And this one's for everybody. This one's for everybody. This one is not sex discriminatory. This one is for everybody out there who will watch it or listen to it. You have the right to choose, as long as you're not being hateful and all that to the person and so forth. But you can decide whether or not to engage. But I just wanted to share that with everybody. I hope you're having a great night. I need to get in, and because I'm itching all over the place, I need to get in and get myself cleaned up. Hope you're all having a great night. I love you all. Hope you enjoyed the little story as much as I enjoyed telling it. Until next time.